Hello, great to see you all here again today. I just wanted to touch base with you and just connect and I suppose explain a little bit about the kidneys and why they should be seen as a hero in our bodies, and not many people, we tend to undervalue the kidneys, the poor little things. They sit in our back here, just underneath our ribs, and we don't seem to value them as much as we would do with the liver or with the lymphatic system. So I find a lot of people, they tend to do a liver detox kind of approach, like they'll go and do a liver detox, whether it's some kind of supplement from the health food shop, or they'll get a lymphatic massage, but we tend to forget about the kidneys. Hi Linda, hi Katie, great to see you there. We forget about the kidneys. So today I wanted to talk a bit about that, mainly because I've had a couple of clients this week, one in particular I'm thinking of, who had a few 4 autoimmune conditions at once going on, and there was a lot going on with his health, but the one thing that we tended to need to talk a little bit about was the ability for him to eliminate wastes, the ability for his body to get the toxins out of the system. Okay, so again, we think of bowels, the liver and the bowels as eliminating toxins, but we forget about the kidneys. The kidneys are 2 amazing little organs that really, science as yet, we don't understand a lot about the kidneys, or more function, or more about their function and what they can do. And we're getting to know more each time we do research. But the kidneys sit there and they eliminate any of the water-soluble toxins out of your body. And they have more of a role than that. So they regulate your electrolytes. They help with your blood pressure. So a lot of the pharmaceutical medications, the medications that the doctor might prescribe if you've got blood pressure, they can act on the kidneys and help to regulate your blood pressure through that. But the kidneys actually create hormones that help to regulate your blood pressure in general. They also create a few hormones that help your body release the little red blood cells from your bone marrow. So if you've got the red blood cells and they're not being released properly from the bone marrow, you're not going to be able to transport oxygen and nutrients around your body the way you should do. So if you're feeling a bit tired, a bit run down, it could be that your kidneys aren't communicating correctly with the rest of the body and they're not detoxing properly. The kidneys also help to activate vitamin D in our body, and vitamin D has been shown to have a lot of great effects. Everything from helping with bone health through to being an anti-cancer kind of agent. So we really need the kidneys to help activate the vitamin D, and so many people are taking vitamin D these days, but we need the kidneys to create the hormone to activate that. The kidneys also regulate your acidity, or your pH of your body. So if you're too acidic, it helps to create a buffer and bring you down to being less acidic. And so we find a lot in the Western world that a lot of people are tending to be more acidic than alkaline. And so the kidneys are involved with regulation of that acidity process. So if you're finding that you're fluid retentive, that you've got a lot of puffy ankles, that your rings don't fit you as well as they should do at the end of the day, maybe have a look at how your kidneys are functioning. Could it be that the kidneys are not doing the job as well as they should do? So let's look into some of the symptoms that can go on when the kidneys aren't working properly. So like I just said, you might find that your fingers and your toes and your ankles are puffy. You might find that you get the puffiness around the eyes. Particularly, you can really see a lot of people when they're a bit dehydrated or fluid retentive, they get a lot of bags here under the eyes and there's a lot of puffiness there. You might find that you get regular headaches, that you've constantly got headaches and it's just lingering in the background and you don't quite know why the headache's about. You might find that you've got a general fatigue kind of situation going on. You might find that you've got dry, itchy skin, that you've got the weakness of the legs, even things like unexplained nausea. Sometimes the unexplained nausea can come back to how the kidneys are functioning. Because the kidneys sit here just at the base of the ribs, where the ribs are, some people can get pain through that area. So if you're finding that you're getting a lot of constant pain, niggling pain, particularly people that have ever suffered from kidney stones, they definitely know what this pain is like. But you can get a generalized niggling pain when the kidneys are just not working as well as they should do. Even to the point of inability to concentrate, getting some muscle cramps, If your urine smells really strong and it's really dark, that could indicate that the kidneys are just struggling to get rid of the wastes out of your body like you should do. Some of my clients even find they can get night sweats. So they can wake up during the night with some night sweats, and it's not to do with hot flushes or any kind of infection, but they constantly get this sweating during the night. Possibly that could be coming back to how the kidneys are functioning and how the skin's trying to eliminate the toxins that are coming out because the kidneys aren't doing it properly. Hi Lou, hi Margie. It's great to see you there. So what can you do for your kidneys? First and foremost, make sure you're drinking plenty of good quality filtered water. You want to make sure that the water is filtered so that you're not putting any added contaminants that the kidneys need to get rid of. Look to either getting your own filtration kind of device that you can filter your own water, or you can purchase filtered water from supermarkets, shops, that kind of thing. So you want to give the kidneys a lot of good quality water, and that amount, I get asked a lot, how much should I drink? The amount that you should drink does vary on your body weight and your activity levels. On average, it's about 1.5 litres to 2 litres of good quality filtered water a day. I do find some of my tradies, particularly here in summer, they can be drinking 9 and 10 litres of water a day. And that is just purely because maybe they're working in a ceiling space, or they're working on top of a roof and they're quite hot out there. And so they're trying to replenish. At that stage, when you're getting up to that amount, I generally suggest that you use some kind of electrolyte supplement with that, because you will be going through your electrolytes at the same time. But for the average person, if you're not a tradie and you're not working out in our 30-degree heat, look at about 1.5 to 2 litres of good quality filtered water a day. Now that good quality water can be in the form of herbal teas, it can be as straight water, you could have it as a soup or a broth. That all contributes to the fluid count that you make every day. But I tend to have a 1 litre water bottle that I walk around with, and that 1 litre water bottle, I know that I've got to go through sort of 2 of those to get my level of water per day. Otherwise, if I just have a glass sitting on my desk, I don't always remember how many glasses I've had through the day, so I can forget about that. Whereas if you make it easy and have either a 750ml and fill it up 3 times, or a 1 litre bottle and fill it up a couple of times, that way you remember how much you've had. One of my clients has a big cask of water in his fridge, and he's actually marked on it at certain times during the day where he needs to get to, just so as a reminder, so that he knows he's drinking enough throughout the day. If you do struggle to drink water, maybe set an alarm on your phone. So every hour or 2 hours, the phone alarm goes off, so you can remind yourself to drink some water. And that way you'll get through it through the day, and you won't get to the end of the day go, oh, I've got a bit of a headache, have I drunk enough water today? If you don't like the taste of water, I generally say maybe put some lemons or limes or strawberries or mint leaves or parsley into the water, so that it gives it a slight flavour that you can be drinking it through the day, and that will entice you to drink it a little bit more. If not, I've got some of my clients that love hot water and herbal teas, and they will drink that through the day. So just making it how it suits you, but drinking that water to help the kidneys to flush the toxins out of the body. On the topic of drinks, really avoiding and reducing down the diuretic kinds of drinks, so the teas, the coffees, the caffeinated beverages, the soda, the soft drinks, they all tend to be a diuretic and actually make it a lot harder for the kidneys to do their job. And then you need to drink a little bit more water to offset for the fluid that you've got to use as that diuretic kind of process goes on. Making sure that you're not having too much salt. So table salt, when you can go to the shops and you buy the table salt and it's sodium chloride or iodized table salt, and putting that on your foods, that's just sodium. It's not balanced with all the electrolytes, and it's just sodium, and that causes the kidneys to have an issue with, because they're in charge of your mineral balance. It throws the kidneys out because you're only putting one mineral in, not all of them. If you're using other salts like the Celtic sea salts, the Himalayan pink salts, they have all of the minerals in there, so they're a bit easier for the kidneys to maintain the fluid balance. But if you're using just straight table salt, it's really harsh on the kidneys. And that's why the blood pressure issues came about years ago when we all started using a lot of table salt in our diet. But also there's a lot of hidden salt in your food. So anything that's processed is going to have a lot of salt in there. So looking at any of your processed foods, are they contributing to having a lot more salt in your diet that you don't know about, that's sneaking in?